Yeah, dude, I'm pumped, man. I knew that it was possible, but it's another thing doing it. So, yeah, I'm stoked. I came out, I was confident. I had a really good off season, and once I got into third, I started clicking my laps off like I was at the farm, and, it paid off. Well, my rear tire got hit, and I almost went down. Got lucky, but unfortunately, my teammate Hayden went down. But yeah, dude, I got a little lucky, I would say. I don't know how I saved. I went on the plywood, and I was literally like backwards, but somehow I saved it. It was kind of similar, honestly. I feel like from press day to today, it wasn't much different. It was ruddy all like yesterday and today. I mean, a lot of guys on my team that's been to Indy, they say like it reminds them of Indy. So, that's a really ruddy track on the circuit, but I like ruts, and I did pretty good tonight. So, yeah. There's a few things I can work on for sure. At least I go home now and I can sit on a third and not like, a bad finish. So I can be happy and, definitely relieved a lot of stress off my shoulders, and I'm happy that I put on the box for the team.
Oh, man. First one of the year. Qualified third, all good, no worries. I was actually fast in the last session. Whole shot the heat, led wire to wire. Little squirrely moments, just first race jitters, getting them out. A couple, but still won the heat race. And then whole shot in the main, and led every lap. Really no sketchy moments. Just putting in my laps, doing my thing, doing what me and Rhino and Tony and Charles have all worked on, and obviously the whole team on the bike doing what we've worked on this off season. It was awesome. Obviously winning the race is great, but going from last year, A1, being down in the first turn, blown out knee, end of season, to whole shotting and winning both wire to wire, the heat and the main. That's almost as good. I would have took a win anyway, but doing it like that's a special. That's why I was so. I was so happy when I crossed the line, because I was just like, man, like I was there. I was in the first turn pileup last year. I was done for the year, and to come back and just get redemption on that and do what I have done in the past, and I know that I can do again. And that's what Rhino and the guys have constantly been reassuring me of is you've been a good starter. You are a good starter. Believe that. And we've made some bike changes to help getting off the grate. And man, I think that it kind of just speaks for itself. The program, the bike, the team. It was a great race. Yeah, working with Rhino, he's a character for sure. A lot of people know that, but he's genuine. He's really genuine, and he puts effort into the program. Rarely do I ever come around a lap that he's not, elbows up, pointing to his hips, doing something. Even just he's always doing something. He's super, I feel like, invested in the program, and he appreciates that I'm also, super invested in the program. So it goes both ways. He recognizes that that I give effort and time and my heart and soul and everything into this whole dirt bike thing, and I can recognize that in him just being my trainer. So that's we're starting off good this year, so try to keep it going. Yeah, we were fortunate that they did track work before our main event, because the heat race was, I'm not gonna lie, it was a little squirrely. The whoops, they didn't prep the whoops. The whoops broke down more, but I was almost more comfortable in them. They broke down, and I stayed skimming them almost all night, but I was actually more comfortable in the whoops. But yeah, I've raced this race back in 2019, and I remember the track was soft then, and it was the same tonight, super soft. But that track prep before our main event definitely helped and made it to where the first few laps I felt like I could lay down some quick ones where in the heat race it kind of took a little, because you didn't want to go crazy right off the bat before figuring out what lines had kickers in them, what lines were deeper than others. You kind of have to figure all that stuff out, and so starting from a semi-fresh track in the main event definitely was good.
Yeah, bike was good. Felt good all day. Practice didn't go too smooth, but I'm never a practice guy. But Yeah, I mean, all day I was pretty good, pretty easy day, no chaos, and then the heat race happened. And I think everybody's seen what happened there, but yeah, not so good gate pick, got on the outside, big pile up first turn. I was just kind of a victim to it. So yeah, I got up, charged, made some really good passes, got back to 6. So my main goal was to leave out of here with the top 5, and one off with a crash in the first turn. So I feel like we're in a good spot moving forward. I mean, it's a deep field. We can all swap positions, give or take. So I don't know. I feel like I should be recognized as one of the guys, really. I mean, I know it's a new bike and nobody kind of expects me to be up there, but I feel fast. I feel ready to go. The team's good. The bike's good. Obviously, there's some things that we can get better, and we're just going to keep digging. Qualifying. Speed and intensity on these one lap hitters. Like, some of these guys are just so good at just hammering down a lap, and it's just never been my style, even from when I was amateur. So that's one thing that I really want to fix, because it's easy to gain confidence when you see yourself up there or on the board or whatever. And but yeah, that stuff will come. I mean, it's my first Supercross in over a year, so it is what it is. No, it was good. It was pretty gnarly. I think it was, for me, probably one of the more gnarly first rounds. So, and especially being off from Supercross, I was like, holy shit, was this what I was racing back then? But no, it was good. It was super fun. It was technical. The loops were really broken down, and the main thing is, like, the loops are tough and you can still skim, and they're safer. You know what I mean? And I think it makes the racing a lot more jam-packed and close. So it was fun. It was fun to be back on Supercross under the lights, all the fans, all the oohs and ahs and everything. It was a cool experience, and I'm happy to be back.
Today overall was honestly a good race day for me. It felt like it was the first time I showed up to race all day. My intensity was a lot better all throughout practice. My comfort level on the track with the rutted and soft conditions, normally I struggle pretty bad on that, and my bike is working pretty good. And so we definitely got a lot of understanding today. We know what we need to work on this week. We need to make a couple changes, and that should really connect everything. But this week I made some changes with my bike. My starts were way better. My starts are up to par for me. So I'm really excited about that. Really excited to just have some good starts and then have some good intensity in the beginnings of the race. So that's a little bit unfamiliar for me right now, which is a bummer, but I'm going to work on doing those things every weekend. So yeah, I'm ready to get back to work this week, and I'm ready to line up again. Nothing really preparing for East Coast. It's just kind of getting the power a little bit more deliverable. We made some clutch changes this week that I've kind of been on my own little setup going back to last year, just when we were having some clutch issues then. And I've just been on that same setup because it hasn't been necessarily an issue, but I haven't really figured my starts out very well. So this week, our engine guy's in Florida full-time now, so got to do some testing there and actually just kind of go what the other guys are on and try a couple different things. And I was really happy with the progress that we made this week, and just the power is just way more deliverable for me. So that's kind of the direction I've been going this whole year, is kind of backing off on the power, getting it to where I can ride the bike more intense, because that's kind of how I ride, just a little bit more aggressive and kind of forcing it through the rhythms. And in turn with that, we've been able to set the suspension up like that too. So when the bike was too fast, I was just so timid that I was trying to give good feedback, but at the same time, I wasn't giving consistent feedback, just because the rideability of it was just so up and down and in and out of the power. So yeah, really good progress. We're at round 5, and my season's starting, so I'm excited about it.
Yes, happy to be P2. It was a tricky track, very soft, awkward, could easily take you out and drag a foot peg. So happy to be to be out here with P2. Whole firepower Honda team done a great job. We've put ourselves in a good position. It's one of those where you can not win the championship in the first race, but you can lose it. I'm happy with coming out here with that. I've got a 3-week break to work on a few things. They didn't really have much time to prep it, so our track all day was chewed up. Tricky. I thought it was going to be a lot more hard packed like last year, but no, it was soft. But we did a good job, so happy. It was one of those where I wasn't searching because I was like P2, I think, in first quali, and I was like happy, but it was Marty and the guys were like, right, let's try some stuff. We never know, we might find something a little better. No, we ended up just going back to what we normally run. So happy with that. Yeah, it's one of those. That's what the practices are for. I don't get paid for practices. I don't get paid for qualifying. I don't get paid for heat race. I get paid for main events. Yeah, I'm all right. It's deep. Done all right tonight. So just keep the ball rolling. I mean, yeah, I want to win. I want to win. I want to win more of these things in the dry. Felt like I had a good pace tonight. Didn't over push it. Happy with that. But I definitely think I can step up. And yeah, I want to be on the box each week and win some races. But who knows? It's a tough championship. A lot of tough competition. So do the best we can and forget about the rest.
Yeah, first Supercross ever. It was good. Happy. Started off the day qualifying. Second qualifying was better. I think I finished like 9th overall. Came into the night show a little tired, a little nervous, you know, first time ever doing a heat race, and yeah, no, it was good. I ended up 7th in my heat race, and then ended up 8th in the main. I was riding 6 pretty much all main and had a crash with like 2 corners to go. Yeah, a little bummed about that, but it's good, you know. First race under the belt, and happy to be healthy and just keep chipping away. Yeah, turning California and Florida. Yeah, the track was real soft, so I'm not used to that. Even the bike felt different. We had to do a couple changes that made it way better. But yeah, no, the track was definitely really soft today, and it was pretty tight. First time also riding with the top block, so it's definitely really different than training.
What are you going to work on this next week?
Yeah, I think we have 3 weeks and 2 weekends off. So I'm going to do a lot of starts because my starts were not that good today, and you know, just training with the boys at Baker's factory.